a website called All About the Tea.
Told All About the Tea that during the fight,
Hello, hey teacups, it's your girl Monica. Welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. Joining me today are my co-host, celebrity blogger and YouTuber, John Yates. Hey John, welcome back. Clap it up for John. You were missed, John. Oh, wait a minute, you're on mute, baby. Let me take you off of mute.
Hi. Hey, everybody. Thank you. I'm so happy to be back.
We're happy to have you back. Yay, John. Yes. Also joining us today is TikTok sensation, world-renowned publicist, okay, and all-around fabulous Amir Yes.
Thank you, Monica. Hi, John. I'm so happy you're here. I love
The old
watching your
team is
live.
back. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, we're the OG team.
That's it. We are the OGs. Yes, Vicky Gumbels is back to play, honeys. We're back. Let's do it.
I accidentally had that photo up of RHOP. It's just like, wait a minute, this doesn't look like Salt Lake City.
That picture of Giselle was everything, though, I have to say.
But we are recapping the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City today. Jen Shah's fake marriage. She's on the verge of divorce. I mean, it's going to happen any day, any minute. Her homophobic remarks and her legal drama, right? Episode 1 was so good. They're starting out the gate. They're not playing around on this show. It was so good with the whole intense scene with her in the van, and then she gets the phone call. Can you unmic me? Can you unmic me? Shut this mic off.
Home. So
A bitch gotta go.
Rip it off. Like, that was intense.
A bitch gotta go. Listen.
She gotta go.
And then a bitch gotta go. And then was that Lisa that said, "Oh my God, is she on the run?"
And she was like legit on the run. I mean, it was great.
The helicopters were looming above. Okay, the roadblocks were set up. Okay, it was so good. That's the way you start a season.
Good.
Okay,
that is
awesome. The way.
But it was a stretch to say Real Housewives star. I was like, first season, are you a star? I don't think so, but okay, I'll give it to you.
Listen, I loved every minute of it. They had all Alphabet City, which is like, all the different jurisdictions, right? DEA, FBI, everybody was there. I was like, yes.
The chopper was everything. Come on. How do you choppers are circling them? I mean, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
They had me hook, line, and sinker in that first 30 seconds. I'm like, okay, I'm in. That's all I needed to see.
Andy Cohen wet his pants a little bit when he saw that. I know I did. I got moist.
I got moist.
Me too. When I saw that chopper, y'all, let me tell you, I was like, we have never gotten the luxury of a chopper on Bravo. So that was
history. She made history. Kudos to you, Jen Shah. Listen, you can't go anywhere. If Bravo will have you come back next season, we need to see you. Even if we have to zoom in from the pen, we don't care.
Andy Cohen was in that chopper. He was in there. Andy was in that chopper. Let's get this footage with the sheriffs.
He was joining the Mile High Club, John. That's it. He was so turned on. He was like, "Oh yes, honey."
Oh man, Poise Nostalgist, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate you so much. Let's check on our folks before we dive into this week's episode, this premiere episode. Let's do the roll call.
Roll call, it's a roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. We want to hear what you got to say. Teacups, turn them up, what you sipping on today. Roll call, it's a roll call.
All right. Welcome, new channel member, Aisha. Welcome. V. Baker, Rashonda, Poise Nostalgist. Thank you again for that super chat. Dukes, Drive safely. I know you're out there driving, so be safe, my love. Old school Patricia. Hey, girl, shout out to you. I love your channel. Mountain Kitty, hugs and kisses to you. Fun to be blonde. I see you, boo. Sassy, I see you. Ayola, welcome. I saw you yesterday. Welcome to the family. Demi Wright, hey, boo. We enjoyed you when you called in yesterday. Dewana Hopkins, hey, girl. Sherry Todd, Angela. Let me see who else we got here. KRS. Welcome, everyone. You could be anywhere, but you are here with us. Trey, Unique Goddess, Marilyn. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You could be anywhere, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you so much. All right, so the episode starts with Jen Shah, right? And the whole legal drama surrounding her being arrested and indicted on fraud, right? For scamming those old people. And I loved it. We absolutely loved it and got excited. You know, they know how to get you in the mood right away, don't they?
Oh, they sold it for me. Like, I'm like, I will not miss 1 second. I wonder if Erica Jane's like a little jealous of Jen because of like, you know, Jen got the choppers. I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's next season. Just stay tuned. That's next season. The feds
Erica just
come
got,
knocking.
you know, she got some priest. What was that priest sculpture she got? That's all she got.
Yeah, that one's good too. Beverly Hills is so good this season. It's a shame. Oh my God. I mean, I am just loving Beverly Hills this season. Okay, so the episode starts with that, you know, get you all hyped up. And that was 2 months prior to, and then it jumps 2 months after that, right? Because that whole takedown with the police and the DEA and the FBI, that happened 2 months prior to when they begin this episode 1. And we have a new girl on board. What's her first name?
Jenny
Wynn. Yeah, Jenny
Wynn.
Yep, she's really, really good. Her husband's a chiropractor. She seems rich. I'm liking her so far. You know, I haven't really developed an opinion too much yet. We're just getting our, our feet wet with her. So as we flash back 2 months before the arrest, and Lisa heads over to Jen's new house. Now that in itself is all shady, right? She has this bigger house, bigger closet. The cameras are zooming in on the Gucci and the Prada shoes and the Louboutins, red bottoms. And I'm like, oh shit, they're shady. They're shady as hell, those Bravo producers.
Chalet 2.0. There it is.
Right? What were your thoughts on that, John? That the new house and all, I mean, designer after designer after those Gucci boots. Did you see those Gucci boots? They're over $1,000.
That was her exercise room that she had to convert into a closet. I mean, it's so parallel with Erica. I mean, it's like watching the same. It's like a continuation of Beverly Hills on this, which I'm all for because I thought this was the best season of Beverly Hills ever. So if they're going to parallel Beverly Hills, I am all in, down. I'm ready to do it. Like, let's do it.
Yep, absolutely. What were your thoughts, Amir?
I loved the one line that did not age well where Jen said, I'll go to prison for you, Lisa, or something. And I was like, oh, girl. They're gonna
and she was, I haven't been to prison yet.
Yeah. I was like, oh God. I was eating that up, honey. And I loved that again, she had all those assistants like cutting this up. I was like, who's involved other than Stewie Wooey or whatever his name is? Who else is involved in this house? You know, I know you're chopping bell peppers, but are you delivering checks, you know, unsigned checks or whatever the hell y'all were doing? So we'll have to wait and see. But
yeah, is the assistant skimming through her Instagram followers, DMing people, hitting, because that's what she did. She created these lists of people, which is a huge commodity, right? People having contacts, phone numbers, ages. That's why you need to be really, really careful who you give that personal information to, y'all.
Yep.
Real careful, because she was collecting those lists and then giving it to her co-conspirators to scam these old people. That's sad.
Yeah, and the majority of people was 55 and above.
Senior citizens, taking advantage of the old. And I can see her being on the phone, brutal and just mean. Just send me the check. Go to the bank now. I could just see her. Can't you just see her on the phone? She just has a nasty disposition to her. She really does.
And there's a reason
really
why
does.
you get like a discount at McDonald's for a senior coffee because they don't have that much money. So
Right.
then,
Right.
trying to take the rest of it. Like, I don't know.
It's
And
not
they
good.
get
It's
so
not good.
scared. It's not. And they're so scared too, listening to people saying, your house is going to be seized. I'm going to take away your car if you don't go to the bank and send me the money now. That's what her and her team were doing. And it's just so sad. It is
It's
so
really sad. And for people who say that, like, oh, I would never fall for that, you have to understand that sometimes if you're desperate and you're getting $2,000 for Social Security and someone calls and says, give us the money and we'll double it, we'll triple it. They give you these and a lot of people don't understand business, so they go ahead and do it because in their mind it's like, let me give you $1,000 and then you'll give me 10. Like she's tricked people. Like it's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme, And I don't know. I was disappointed in Heather, who was on Watch What Happens Live, and said, I knew her business was unsavory, but I don't care. And then at one point she said, I love criminals. I don't know what she was thinking.
What? She actually said that?
Yeah, well, she also said that she didn't think that what she was doing was illegal, just like, uncouth.
Unsavory.
Yeah, right, yeah.
These people need to practice no comment. Seriously.
They really do. And then she said, it's not my fault. It's my first time. This is the challah. I was eating bread and it got stuck. I'm like, girl, you said the wrong thing, honey.
Oh, please. She knew what she was saying. But anyway, Karma's a bitch because Jen's husband wanted to leave her. And I'm pretty darn sure, that with this arrest, he don't want no parts of this attached to his squeaky clean Mormon coach record. Are you kidding me? No. So I know the divorce is back on for sure. But she revealed that I guess during filming the show, she just finally lost it and he couldn't take it anymore. And he wanted to leave her. He actually said that I'm leaving you. Words that she had never heard before. I don't blame him. Come on. The guy seems like a really nice guy, easygoing. What is he doing with her?
So does he not know anything that she's been doing? Because this dates back to 2012 when they first started picking up what Jen was doing. So is he completely, in the dark about what his wife was doing this whole time, like where she was getting this money from? I think it's a fair question.
It is, definitely.
He
wasn't indicted.
Mark and Tom. We've asked that about Teresa and Joe. So was Jen's Coach Shah husband completely unaware of what Jen was doing? That's my question.
That's a good question. It's an important one. Listen, I think with him, he kind of reminds me of Juan, where he's kind of over her BS, like kind of with Robin. It's kind of like, girl, I can't deal with you anymore, but we have kids and I have to kind of deal with you. But I think this is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. And again, as someone who is Muslim, and I know he's Muslim, if he's really practicing, the number one thing in our religion is stealing from elderly or sick or children. It's like the number one way to go right into hell. So I feel like with him, that's that is like the cornerstone of being Muslim. Again, he might have been involved. Not everyone's perfect, but I'm saying if he's practicing, I would say he is going to distance himself as far away from her as possible. Because this is bad. You're going after people who are desperate. That's just, I don't know. I feel for me, if she stole from certain, I don't know, rich people, I wouldn't feel as bad. But you're taking from people that are old and don't have the money. I don't know. It's a really bad.
It's dirty. These are the most vulnerable people of society. Why steal from them? It just makes it 10 times worse, right? 10 times worse. Teresa Moulton, thank you so much for the super chat. Jen always was terrible. He was always gone. Yeah.
True.
You're probably right.
True.
Yeah.
The man
he put up with it. He put up with it. God don't play with the sick, elderly, and children. He will make you pay. Yeah. Good point. Good point.
He will. Yes, he will. Not to be super Muslim right now and quote the Quran, but there is a verse that says, I'm going to be very Muslim right now, that says, I will let you get away with it, and then I will drop the curtain, honey. Yeah, our God is a little shady, honey. He will drop that curtain, and that's exactly what happened to Jen. I think she thought she was going to get away with it, and she was so bold. If she never did Housewives, she would have never been caught.
Absolutely.
That's the ego.
Right. Yeah. So, and also she's been doing some social media bullying.
Yeah.
Right. Meredith's son, she pretty much alluded to him being gay. What were your thoughts on
honey.
that, John?
Come on, honey. We knew he was
Why do
gay.
I have to go first?
Right, but I mean, it wasn't her place to out him. I mean, it was very quite like Stevie Wonder can tell, you know.
I know, but when Meredith said that we don't know if he is, I was like, honey,
girl.
What Amir just said. I'm gonna, when Meredith's like, well, he's never even talked to me about it. I'm like, come on, like,
I haven't got that. Yeah,
the cat's out of the bag.
Right.
But what she said about that doesn't make what she said about Brooks being right, But Meredith can't play it like, oh well, nobody knows, and we never had that talk. Like,
right. But he is still a minor, right? He's still a minor. She shouldn't be doing that. Maybe he's not ready.
Isn't Brooks 21?
Oh, he looks young. Is he?
He's a minor. I was like, he's a minor.
No,
I was like, are we sure about that?
Okay, he's 21. All right, but still, he's just not ready.
It's not right.
You can't force
right.
people.
I agree. Yeah, you never out people, but I don't think she should have called him a twink and said he'd never seen a vagina and all that stuff. But Meredith should have also not been like, oh, what? We've never heard that. It's like she was playing a little kind of like, I think she was trying to make it worse. Like she was trying to really
I could not agree with Amir more.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And then being shady by liking those tweets or Instagram posts. Stop it. You're too grown for that. There's so many grown people that play games on social media. It's disgusting, really and truly.
They really do.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I love, Monica, I love when they say, I didn't know if I liked it. I think I did. I'm not sure. I'm like, liking it on Twitter, like you have to click it, then you have to it's very intentional. So I don't how did you accidentally do it? I was like, what?
Plus, those were like long. It wasn't like a tweet, 140 characters. Those were like novels that people are leaving on IG.
Right.
You could write till your fingers fall off on IG, and and so Jen had to read all that, and then like it or then comment 100% facts, whatever she said, with 100 emojis and.
Well, in her defense, like me, I don't read past the first 2 lines. So maybe she just... You read a novel, I just read the first sentence, and that's it. So maybe that's what she did, and she went ahead and liked it. So I always find myself unliking. She's like, oh, shit. By the time you get to the middle, it's like, oh, shoot, unlike it.
The problem is that Jen doesn't understand is that when you are a quasi-celebrity or verified, if you comment on something, it pushes your comment on top of everyone's.
Yep.
So it looks like Jen is the creator of this drama, but she's not. Like she just commented on someone else who wrote a novel. These Bravo fans have zero time on their hands. Like when I was on Hannah Berner's podcast, they were writing paragraphs about how awful she is. I'm like, girl, I'm not gonna read this shit. Like I was on someone else's podcast. I don't give a crap. I was like, really? What are these novels about?
I can't. And then if it's something like insulting me, I just delete it. Like, why waste your time to write all that shit and it's going to get deleted?
Exactly.
Stupid.
Exactly.
It's so stupid. So yeah, she's in trouble for that. Jen's in trouble for the homophobic, social media behavior. And then also too, the whole Heather and Lisa friendship fallout. How are they blaming Jen for that?
I don't even care about that anymore. Can Lisa go? Like, I'm sorry. I just don't. She's just trying too hard. She's like, literally acts like Paris Hilton's assistant. Like, remember when Kim Kardashian was super thirsty for the limelight and Paris would push her out of the way? I feel like Meredith is Paris Hilton and Lisa Barlow is Kim Kardashian 2003. Like, being pushed out of every photo. Like, nobody wants you here. Like, I just don't vibe with her. I'm sorry. It's trying way too hard. Like, my son has a business. He wants to drive a McLaren. I'm like, girl, I can't.
Right.
It's too much.
Too much.
Sorry,
too
I
much,
went on
right?
that. I love
No,
you. I know we've DM'd. I know we're like friendly, but you're just kind of annoying me. There goes my phone. I'm very
upset.
Lisa just smited you.
She did.
Oh my goodness. So on to Mary Cosby, right? She's the first lady of the church, the Temple of Pentecostal Church, and she's married to her step-grandfather. She's looking a lot better. You can tell she hired a really good stylist now. Mm-hmm.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
She looks better. She said she spent most of quarantine talking to herself.
I love her. I love her. I mean, listen, who else didn't talk to themselves? If you were all alone and maybe her cousin couldn't work, or I don't know. Like the cousin's not vacuuming anymore. So I love her. I love her. She's so real, and I don't care if she's running a cult. All these people are like, how can you like Mary? I don't care. All these white men are running cults left and right, and y'all have no problem with it. Let a black woman do it. I don't care. Let her live.
I mean, her son, Robert Jr., was there with her in the house, but she still felt like her own company was better than, I guess, her son's, because Robert Sr. was in Florida afraid to leave.
Oh my God. Robert Jr. Oh God. Robert Jr. is fun. Robert Jr., you guys quote me, in a couple years, Robert Jr. is going to pull like a Gigi Hadid. He's going to be one of those uber famous people. He's going to be a designer. He's wacky, like something about him. He's got a star quality that I can't put my finger on. So there's something there.
Yeah, I agree with you. So yeah, what are your thoughts on Mary this season so far? I mean, her cousin's going to be on exposing her left and right.
Genius. She's a genius. She's chef's kiss. Like, I love when she starts yelling at the choir. I was rewatching that episode where she's like, "You're not doing enough." I just love her. Like, she's everything you need. She fell asleep at the reunion. She ate this fake snow. Like, she's everything. Like, I don't know why she's not.
My favorite part was when she was doing her podcast and her friend was like doing the prayer and she cut him off. She goes, "No, mid-prayer." He was like really like getting into it. And she cut him off, and she's like, no, watch how prayer works. And then she's like, see, just like that.
She knows the assignment. She knows the assignment, John. This is her podcast. This is her time to shine. It's not about these other two men.
Yeah. That sounds like, listen, we have a family not podcast, a Zoom meeting, right? And one of my cousins was like, I would like to open the meeting by saying a prayer, right? So he starts to say a prayer, and my aunt in England cuts him off immediately. She goes, no, you're not going to do this. Your prayers are too long.
I mean, it was great.
And then another cousin chimes in and says, I don't believe in God. I said, oh shit, I'm out. I said, gotta go.
This Zoom is lit.
Crazy. That Zoom call is just insane every Sunday. It's always something.
That's amazing. Drop the link, Monica. I want to do
I
that.
know. Another cousin told another cousin, she's like, you are so smart and you went to the best schools. It's sad how you turned out. Oh my God. In front of everybody.
Yowza.
Savage. Y'all are savage. Wow.
Just crazy. Those Zoom calls are life. Just crazy. So so Mary has her podcast and she's doing her thing. I hope she's not too boring this season.
I don't think she will be. I mean, she admitted to smoking weed and called it the doobie. I don't know what she called it, but it was.
She said, "Oh, I smoked blunts before." Like she was like getting up into it. She was like, "Yeah, I smoked some blunts, sure, And I know what it smells like." I'm like, "Okay, Mary, you get it. Go ahead."
Get it, Mary. Yeah. Get it with those fingerless gloves. Yeah, she's the best. I love her. She's the best. She looks like she went to Madonna's closet while Madonna was getting ready for an event and just kind of took whatever was on the ground and belted it and then wore a hat. It's amazing. It's like Madonna reimagined. It's amazing. I love it.
The best picture with that scene with the podcast is when they had like Mary's grandmother and like Jesus, like, together in that painting. That was some shadiness on the fact of the Bravo production team. And it said Mary's grandma, Jesus. And that was it. That was the best one right now.
So shady. I just can't. And then is it just me? Has it been too much quarantine, or is the grandfather a little hotter? He's a little hotter. He looks better.
I think she got him Botox. It made him lose a
little
little weight.
Yeah, he looks better. Yeah, he lost some weight. He looks good.
Mm-hmm. He does. He's a good-looking man, but she made him get on a diet and do a little Botox. So the new girl, Jenny Nguyen, I like her so far. I don't have any. Yeah.
I like her. I like her kids. They're cute.
They are cute. And her family seems nice. So she was born in Vietnam, began her journey to the United States when she was just 7 years old. And by people, was it pirates that captured her?
No, not pirates. You cannot just say pirates. No.
It was Thai pirates.
Wasn't it pirates that captured her?
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Thai pirates took her to this story. I was like, I am in this historical story. I was like, is this real? This is crazy. And then she got saved by the church people. And some of these Christians, y'all, are crazy. They're like, we'll save you if you convert, bitch.
Only if you convert.
Pirates. I can't.
Well, it was something, John. You know, it was.
Well, she left in the
like
middle
that.
of the war at a young age, and then she, the Thai, I guess Thai pirates, if you want to keep going with the pirate thing.
That's what it was.
Found her boat, and then because they left on fishing boats, which they were boats taking people away disguised as fishing boats.
Wow.
And the Thai people found the boat. They put her in a refugee camp. Then Christians adopted her and brought her to California.
Okay, right. Thank you, John.
That's crazy. And that was y'all. That was a real thing. They would use those Long Beach, like those boats, to really bring people over. That was a really big thing. That's why Long Beach is such a melting pot. It's really interesting.
Right. Good point. Yeah, absolutely. Sassy76, thank you so much for the super chat. This is for Mary. Hello, Monica, Amir, and John. She's a Mary fan. So you got a little fan club going on here with Mary.
We love Mary. And Monica, let me tell you, most people respond to my DMs. Mary will not respond. She only likes things, and I'm like, Mary, I want to come. I want to cuddle. I will put the step stool by your bed. I will vacuum. I will be your new cousin, bitch. And you can talk to yourself. You don't even have to talk to me. So I love her. Please respond, Mary. We love you.
I feel like she doesn't do that social media thing. I feel like she just hides in the bushes, reads the comments, but she's smart enough to know, let me just keep my mouth shut. Let me not say anything. Let me not get involved in no shit. Let me not like anything too crazy. And then she's busy scamming the church anyway. She don't got time for all that,
Oh God, you said it, Monica. And you know what Wendy needs to do? Wendy from Potomac needs to make a Mary scent with one wick and just call it the Mary scent. And I'll buy it. I'll buy it. I'll buy it for my friends. Like, you need to do it. Wendy, I gave you an idea. There you go.
There you go, Mary. There you go. Like I said, she got the church's money. She's doing good. She's doing real good. So now on to Meredith. So I'm just kind of just giving you like the highlights. I'm not going in order of the episode per se. So now on to Meredith. She kicked off the season ready to defend her son, Brooks. She is mad that Jen Shah pretty much confirmed that, which we all knew, that he was gay, right? She's really mad and denying it, saying he hasn't spoken to them, he hasn't come out yet. I see her point. I understand.
I see her point. I was very flamboyant, and everyone knew I was gay, and I never came out. I get it, but then you're on a show, though. It's like she's wrong, but Meredith kind of pretending like, oh, what? Is a little kind of ridiculous too. But I mean, it's her process, so let her.
Exactly. What are your thoughts on Meredith so far in this premiere episode, John?
Right? She's in a nice new house.
Yeah.
So everyone's getting new houses. It seems that it's working out better with her husband. Now they're spending 50-50 time together and apart, as opposed to 10% or not, of him being in Ohio or wherever he goes. The whole thing with Brooks is a stretch. I mean, it's a giant stretch. I mean, yeah, I don't even, come on, everybody knows. My cat knows. My dresser knows. It's not.
Stevie Wonder knows. I mean, everybody knows. Yeah.
Tom Hanks is not going to make a movie about this, trying to figure out, what your son's orientation is. But whatever. If she wants to play that card because Jen's attacking her, whatever. I mean, what Jen's doing isn't right. But what I found funny was that her new beautiful house, and then here comes Heather. Me and Cody were watching, and I'm like, did Heather have to ski down the mountain to get to Meredith's house? Because Meredith comes in with full ski gear. I mean, I'm sorry, Heather comes in with full ski gear with the goggles, and she's like, did you just ski here? I'm like, well, did you? Like that was my takeaway from the whole thing.
It's so funny, John.
What are your thoughts on Heather? I have some thoughts in my head about her.
I don't know. I'm like, I go back and forth. Like, and listen, I after she was on Watch Happens Live, and then she said all that stuff, and I was like, you're a little like it's a little tone deaf. And then like what John said too, I didn't know she was doing après ski, like she was trying to, because she looked very Fashion Nova. I was like, are you just doing this ski stuff like to be like Salt Lake City? Like I didn't get that. Or did she actually ski down? And then I'm like, you're ruining her rug. Like your feet are wet. Like take your shoes off. And these white people that don't take their shoes off are driving me nuts. I'm like, you're in the snow and you're tracking.
You gotta take your shoes off. You gotta take your shoes off. Yeah.
It really grosses me out. But yeah, you gotta take your. But aside from that, your question about Heather, I go back and forth because she follows me and I follow her, and we built like a little friendship. We message each other. She's really nice. But there was a moment where I was like, I don't know. I can't figure out her deal. I'm like, are you like, you get so angry and then I don't know. And then they keep saying Whitney's her friend. I'm like, isn't it your cousin? I'm just a little confused by their whole storyline. Like, I feel like Whitney's just there to kind of fill in some comedic humor. And then Heather's just there to be like, Rihanna follows me. I can't figure out what her deal is. I'm a little confused.
I don't like her.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about her. It just screams disingenuous to me. Fake and phony. There's something about her that just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know what it is. I'll get to the bottom of it. But I'm not a fan of Heather at all. Not feeling her at all. And to me, she doesn't bring much. She doesn't offer much to the show. Or what do you think? Do you think she's bringing it? Are you entertained by anything she does? I'm not.
I like
John.
her ex-husband.
Do you like him? John, what are your thoughts?
I thought, really Heather was like the star of the reunion. Not to say star, but she was the most vocal at the reunion. And she seems to have a lot of issues with everybody. But my problem is, and it circles back to what Amir said to the Watch What Happens Live thing. She was very against Jen, and now all of a sudden she has to be Jen's friend. And then she said, well, I knew it was, not savory what she was doing, but I didn't think it was illegal. That's like
tone deaf.
What is it?
Beating around the bush. Just keep it real.
Just be honest.
Yeah. Something was shady about her. I never liked her. I'm not surprised the fence busted her. Say those things. Don't say, right. And I like criminals, huh?
That was weird. That was so tone deaf. And then Mia Thornton was sitting next to her, and she can't hide her face expression. She was like, she was kind of like trying to get out of the frame. So she was like, I have a big face. Like, like,
what do you mean you like criminals?
Yeah. And then Andy was like, wait, you like criminals? And she's like, no, I just like people that are different. And it's like, wait, that's not the same thing. Like, liking people who are weird and different, like, I'm weird and different, but I'm not stealing people's money. So you have to like, you have to differentiate the two. And I think really, Monica, I figured out why you don't vibe with her, because all three of us are very authentic because we are authentic. And I feel like some people, authenticity is their brand. And then it becomes like, it's authentic. Right. If you're too authentic, it becomes circular and then it's fake. Like it's not real. That's what it is.
Amir, you just hit the nail on the head. She's trying too hard. I'm real. Right. It became her brand. Exactly.
It's her brand.
Like, just
everything
be who you
about
are.
that. It's all about that, right? It's all about, like, most people toast, like, what did she say? I grew up Mormon, but now I was raised Mormon, but now I'm raising champagne. It's like so forced. It's like we're all Mormon. Right. Like, why is that your tagline? Like, it shows nothing about her personality, but everyone's like, I love Heather. Rihanna follows her. I love Heather. It's like Leah. It's the same thing. It's like,
does Rihanna follow her, or did she just send her a message, or is it both?
I don't know. I guess she still follows her. I checked.
That will be her claim to fame. But Rihanna
follows her. That's what it is. That's it. And then dating that black guy last season. Was she dating him or flirting with him? Something was going on, right?
That was so fake. She's like, I like dick, and then like, and then in the morning she's like, yeah, we went home together, but we didn't do anything. I was like, this is so fake. It's just
this is stupid. And if you're screaming you like dick, that means you really like pussy. Just keep it real. Ooh, that's the thing with her. Like, it's everything she says to me just screams the opposite. That's exactly right. It's too much of her brand. Thank you. Thanks for articulating that very clearly. That's
I got you. I come across this a lot where people are like, oh, I'm like you. I'm so authentic. I'm so real. I'm like, no, authenticity means you also have, like, you're angry or you have cracks or you, like, say the wrong thing. But with her, it's always like, oh, well, I didn't say unsavory. I'm just so honest. It's my brand. It's like, Okay. Why do you keep saying it's your brand? I've never said authenticity is my brand. That's such a weird thing to say.
And you would think to me, like, because she has the beauty bar, Heather, and that caters to a certain demographic, probably, not younger as much as older people trying to, rejuvenate themselves. So if it were me and I was Heather, I would kind of want to stay clear of Jen because look who's Jen's hitting up, the 55 and older crew. So do you really want to attach yourself to that? I mean, I hate to be a Sutton right now, but do you really want to attach yourself to that and stick up for her with all this stuff going on? I don't know.
Exactly. You're going to lose business. And remember, a lot of the people that probably are going to this laser place are some Bravo fan. And if you're going to start aligning yourself with someone that, they're not vibing with, and then she said, and then on Twitter, she said, no, but I said former friend, like we're not friends anymore. So why would I call her out now that we're not friends? We were. It's like, girl, nobody cares about the timeline. Don't be tone deaf. Yeah, it's very tone deaf.
Exactly. So I didn't touch on this too much. Lisa wants to figure out how to be friends with Meredith. Who cares? Who? Right?
Lisa, drink your Diet Coke, keep your mouth shut. You're going to be a friend next season. It's enough.
John, your thoughts on that?
I just wish Lisa and Meredith would wear name tags saying Meredith and Lisa. Because
I
mean, like,
the
it's
same
so
person.
Annoying because they have casted anything. They're like twins. I have so much trouble telling them apart. Lisa's like, in her like Lisa. I feel like Lisa and Heather are like, fighting for like top dog on Salt Lake City. They want to be the HBIC. And Jen to effect, but now Jen, she got shot down from it. So I just feel like Lisa wants to be like the controversial. So does Heather. Heather, and
yeah. I was pretty like a little disgusted by Whitney with the sons that are almost. She's 34. They're like 26.
Oh, I have their ages. I wrote it down. Wait,
she's doing shot skis with them. Like, huh?
30,
really?
Okay, so,
kind of cringe.
Whitney's 34, then 29, 26, and 23. Those are the ages.
Wow. Yeah.
Creepy.
Who makes a shot ski thing in their house? Like, how much do you want to kiss Andy's ass? I'm sorry.
Oh my God. I know.
That was creepy.
It's too much. It's like, and then I'm like, did you buy a bootleg one? Because one of them fell out and then you buy it on Amazon. I was like, I don't like thirstiness. I'm like, just be like, look at the way Mia's doing it. Every new housewife should take a masterclass run by Mia Thornton, where she's not thirsty, she's not desperate, she's not doing the rule book, she's acting according to what she wants to do and say. Like, just follow some simple rules. Stop being so thirsty. And what John said about Meredith and Lisa is so true. Meredith is like the popular girl in a Lifetime movie, and then Lisa is the girl that tries to kill her to take over her life, like a single white female.
That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah. Good points. But with Whitney wearing that bikini around these boys,
inappropriate.
I'm like, are you trying to catch a case? It just seemed really creepy. It was,
and then her dropping the cake and then soap suds in the. Why was there soap? Why do white people put soap in the hot tub? It ruins it.
Dropping the cake thrice. She dropped the cake. I mean, it was funny though. I laughed when I watched it. I'm not going to take that away from that. Was like the comic relief I thought for that episode when she dropped the cake over and over again. But come on,
that was funny. Yeah, I would have been more okay with it, Dawn, if it was just her and her husband. I thought they were having sexy time, so I was like, oh, and then I go outside and I see everyone's there.
Right.
She's wearing this. Her boobs are about to fall out. She's wearing a thong. I was like, oh, this is too much. This is not appropriate.
Yeah. That was. It's inappropriate. It's like a substitute teacher who shows up in a short mini skirt and a see-through top for the elementary school, not even the high school.
Oh my God, Monica, you nailed it. Whitney kind of seemed like someone who would have an affair with an underage. Like,
yes,
she has that vibe.
She looks like one of them. Whenever they get arrested, don't they look like her?
They do. They have the choppy blonde hair.
Right, pretty young. It's like, huh? What were you thinking? But yeah, she reminds me of one of those types. And then it's like, playing with her hair. And the little boys in the class like, you're hot. And she's like, I'm taken. She would say something stupid like that.
Her stepsons come over with friends she went to friends she went to high school with. She's like, oh, this is so weird.
That's disgusting. Yeah, it's very creepy. It's creeping me out, to be honest with you.
I wasn't creeped out by it, Monica, until I saw the stepkids. Like, because he's 52, he's not that much older. It's not like he looks good. Like, it's not that bad. Like, I'm 35 and I've dated someone who was 50. It's not that weird until the kids come in. If you have kids, it kind of makes it seem creepier. Like, if your kids are close to your age than you are to your significant other, it's a little weird. That's when it gets weird.
Yeah, that is true. Did I miss anything? Oh, do y'all want to talk about, just circling back to the beginning, do you want to talk about Jen Shah and her family that came over? It seemed uncomfortable. You can just tell there's tension in that house.
I want to know who tipped off the feds.
It's Meredith.
Yeah.
It has to be Meredith. She's the only one that's not there. And and listen, I would do the same thing. If one of my coworkers,
well, I'm not going to call you Amir when I need to be shady. So good. Thank you for that info.
No, I wasn't done.
Don't call me.
You guys are my friends. You guys are my friends. If I was with coworkers, these are coworkers. These are not your friends. So I always say, Bravo people. If I was on a Bravo show, let's say I was on Shah's Assignment, these people are my coworkers. They are not my friends. Right. You guys are my friends. I will help you bury a body in the desert. That's a different thing. So with coworkers, I am not going to bend over backwards. So I'm going to call the feds, honey, wearing my couture, laying on my bed in my new house. Hello? Yes, this is Meredith Marks. Hello? I am now engaging. She has disengaged. She's now engaging.
Right.
That's all it takes.
Oh, I love it. The pinky in the air too. Listen, giving all the details. We'll be filming because you look at the film schedule on Tuesday. And going on a cast trip. The van will meet in front of the CVS at this time.
Yeah, that was stuff. I could see, Meredith, I could see her in the black trench coat and the glasses, on the phone.
Or meeting with the feds in secret locations, right? Yeah. Recording their conversations.
Playing the wire.
She's the badass.
Jen thinks it's like a Bravo mic, but meanwhile it's a wire to the feds. Can you just say that a little bit louder, honey? I didn't pick up on that.
Talk into my shirt. Listen, if there's a reward involved, do you blame her? I mean, listen, all these chicks need money. I don't blame her. And Jen's a bitch. I mean, it's not like you're doing it to the nicest person.
All she did was yell all season. I'm like, people are like, I feel bad. The minute she found out about her arrest, she redid her hair and wore a Gucci suit on Instagram stories. I have no sympathy for the woman.
Right.
Zero. She has no sympathy. It's like Erica Jane. They have zero sympathy. So why would we feel bad for them?
True. Indeed. It couldn't have happened to a nicer person.
Right?
Right. No one feels
bad. Good people going down with this stuff. It's always the good people. It's never
exactly. I felt bad for Teresa. I really genuinely believe she had no idea she's that dumb. Very small forehead, so small brain. So it's I believe that, and I really felt for her. I was like, this is sad. She's leaving her kids. With Jen, first of all, if her son wants to holler at me, I will respond. He is so hot.
He's fine. Anyway, he really is.
He's fine. Mm-hmm. That man is fine. And then the family. Then also parading your aunt in, Jen understands the assignment. This poor woman lost both her feet, and you're parading her to be like, this is the storyline. I'm like,
I know. This is the aunt who's been amputated, hospital smell. That's last season, boo. Don't do that. Don't exploit your aunt.
Don't do that to her. I thought that was messed up. That was really messed up.
Exploiting that lady.
Yeah, that was, I felt bad for the aunt. She's like, really? You gotta bring me in. What about the igloo scene at the end when they're all in the igloos? I thought that was kind of cool, actually. I thought the igloos were kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
I would have eaten in the igloo. I'm just saying.
I like the igloo. Except Heather's voice was like, woo, woo, woo. It was like echo.
Heather was too busy ordering 5 of everything on the menu.
She ordered too many Reuben sandwiches, girl.
She's like, let me get 16 Reubens. Like, come on, girl.
Oh, goodness. Shout out to Cooch LaCream, Dollar Store Dreams. She said, laughing my ass off. Dentures said Andy made her wear box braids. Yeah, who's Dentures exactly?
Is she talking about
Jen? Because Jen had. I don't know.
With dentures. Dentures. Who's dentures?
really
You mean
sure.
veneers?
It might be. She might be veneers. Yeah.
Oh, the aunt with the legs passed away.
Oh, I liked her. That's sad. God bless her. That's sad.
That's what they said.
I like the family.
Really?
You just pulled it up on one of the comments.
That's what someone said. Yeah.
Yes, her aunt did
Jen's
pass
crazy.
away. That was the sad part of seeing her. Oh, how
That's
sad is that? Rest in
sad.
peace.
I liked her
Rest in
family. I
peace.
liked that one little kid that was running around and Jen kept closing his mouth. I think he knows she's stolen. Because he was running around and she kept covering his mouth. And he loved Sharif. He was laying all over Sharif. I'm like, these two are co-conspirating to take down Jen. Maybe that little kid called.
Maybe the family called. Who knows? They just seem scared of her, if you ask me. They seem scared of her. And there seems to be, they can sense the tension in the home. And they just want to keep things cool, right? It felt uncomfortable. It really did.
It did. They're kind of, it's almost like when someone has like Tourette's or like some kind of anger issue, it's like everyone's tiptoeing around Jen. They don't want to set her off.
Yeah.
That's not like hard to be around people like that. It's exhausting.
It's uncomfortable. It really is. It's just so much work. It's stressful. No one has time for that, especially when you're grown. When you're a kid, it's one thing. You got to endure that bullshit. But you don't have to be around people like that. Even your own family that act like that. Just stay away. Stay away.
Agreed.
All right, y'all. Overall, comment in the chat. How did you rate the episode? John, how do you rate this episode?
For the first minute of it, I have to give it a 10 because like I would, it was just for that alone. 10. That's what I would say. I mean, all the rest of the stuff, but you can't beat footage like that of helicopters. I felt like I was watching The Bourne Identity. I thought that I didn't know what was going to happen, so I gave it a 10 just for the 10 minutes. The first 1 minute.
Amir, 1 through 10.
So I saw the preview of like that first 2-minute thing. So I was like, oh, I'm probably not going to be so into it. But then when I saw it, I was like hooked, Monica. I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, this is amazing. I give it a 9.5. And the only reason I give it a 9.5 is I would give it a 10 if Meredith showed up in the back of that truck at some point out of nowhere and said, I've been here the whole time. I would have given it a 10. If we all knew that Meredith did the tip while she was still in that van, I would have given it a 10. So that's all I needed.
Yeah, they got us hooked the first 10 minutes. It really did. But to me, the whole season would be better if they kind of led into who exactly snitched on her. Because that's what I want to know.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I want to know.
Out of that truck, out of the limo, like right before they came too. Well, I mean, like, we don't know like the lapse, but like it seemed, from editing that it was like Jen got in that truck and then like here the choppers are honing in. So it's
Tanya says, John, you know who Denture is. You named him.
I don't know. I think yes, but I think Jen named somebody Dentures, right? Or no? Whatever.
I don't know.
Make it make sense.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap things up. Overall, I give the episode, I give it an 8. The beginning was everything. Like, that's all I needed. You could have just canned everything after that. That beginning part just got me so intrigued. I can't wait. I'm excited for this season. I'm excited to be recapping it with you guys. Teacups, please like and share this video and subscribe to All About the Tea. I want to thank you all for tuning in this afternoon. We love each and every one of you. Mods, thank you for holding down the chat. Everyone that sent in a super chat or a cash app, thank you so very much. I want to acknowledge, I got a few cash apps, they call this, right? And I want to acknowledge a very special lady. Her name is, it's loading, Glamping Diva Jules. Thank you so very much for the generous cash apps that you've been sending. I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to you and everyone else as well. Thank y'all so much for helping me keep the lights on. Your love and support means everything. I want y'all to stay safe and be blessed. I should be back this evening with Wiley, but don't hold me to it. Because if I get tired, I'm an old lady now. So if I get tired, it's like, I just want to get in bed and watch a movie.
Monica, your avatar, you look young AF. Young AF. You look good. No wrinkles in.
It runs in my family, though. Seriously, I saw family last week, and they are just, oh my God, you wouldn't believe. I have one aunt that's like in her 60s, and she looks like she's in her 20s. I mean, it's just good black don't crack, as they say. Mods, again, thank you for holding me on the chat. I love y'all so much. I have the best mods on YouTube. All right, folks, stay safe, be blessed, enjoy your afternoon. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everybody.